Thank you very much for staying with us. Let's settle down for the details of our stories, and starting with yesterday's district assembly elections and the 2015 edition, which ended Tuesday around 5 p.m. Was met with very low turnout across the country. Some centers witnessed pockets of violence, but the exercise generally, according to some experts, went well. We want to get some assessment on what the Electoral Commission makes of this particular development, and we have been joined on the line by the Director of Public Affairs for the Electoral Commission, that is Christian Owusu-Pare. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon to you.
Great. What would your assessment be of yesterday's election?
Well, thank you very much. Our assessment of the exercise yesterday indicated that the elections went well. There was voting in all the places where the materials arrived early enough, and even where the materials delayed, arrangements were made to send the materials to the voting centers at the polling stations. People who went to the polling stations didn't have any challenges. Our biometric verification devices functioned very, very well yesterday. And so, in general terms, I would say that the exercise went very well.
All right. The general concern has been the issue of turnout, and clearly we've been told that it's an age-old problem. What has the Electoral Commission done in the past to at least whip up interest, and did it work for you?
Well, what we've been doing since the inception of the district assembly elections is to educate the electorate on the importance of the elections. We always tell the people that it is the assemblies that are responsible for development in the communities, and that their representatives at the assembly are the ones that will go and lobby for development to be brought to their respective electoral areas. Okay. And so we encourage them to attach the same importance they attach to the presidential and parliamentary elections to the district assembly elections. But unfortunately, over the years, the turnout has not been very encouraging. And from what we are picking from the media houses that monitor the exercise, the indications are that the turnout wouldn't be that appreciable. But let me say that we, at the moment, don't have any statistics from the field to say that the elections were highly patronized, or maybe there has been a decline in patronage. We're expecting that statistics compiled by the district officers on the ground, on the polling station by polling stations, will be made available to us in the course of next week. And then we will begin making comparisons with previous years to determine whether the situation has improved or still it remains unencouraging.
Okay. And finally, would you agree with those who are calling for the politicization of the exercise, so at least because it has become political or partisan politics involved in this, it could also increase the interest from the general public? Is that a school of thought you would want to agree with?
Well, the framers of the Constitution have their reason for saying that the lower level governance structures must be non-political. Probably they want the involvement of everybody who has a contribution to make to the development of the communities at the assembly level to participate. It is I like that. If you make it partisan, there are people who may have some contribution to make, but who wouldn't want to put their heads out as people representing political parties. I believe it is for that reason that the framers of the Constitution decided that it should be non-partisan, and I am unable to advocate for it becoming partisan in nature.
All right. There were concerns also that in some parts of the northern region, some persons were allowed to use their NHIS cards to vote. Have you heard of these reports, and what is the EC's position on it?
No one can use National Health Insurance card to vote. The first thing is that your name must be on the voters register. And if your name is on the voters register, with or without your voters ID card, you can still vote. Maybe if anybody went there with the national ID card, the National Health Insurance card, it only probably means that he wanted to be identified by that card because he wasn't having his voter's ID card. But that was completely irrelevant. That was completely irrelevant insofar as our processes are concerned. Even with your voter ID card, we will still scan your barcode in the register. Okay. And if after scanning the verification device says you are not the person you claim to be, you cannot go. So the National Health Insurance card has no role at all to play in these elections. And if anybody took it, it didn't serve any use for him.
We are grateful for your time, Mr. Christian Owusu Parry.